topic. Number 4, final topic. Assassin's Creed might be getting its own TV series. I have never played an Assassin's Creed game. Never appealed to me. Saw the movie just came out with Michael Fassbender. I haven't seen it. We did an entire topic once a few months back, I think, about the whole video game to on-screen, how it's... Do we ever find out, did it ever actually work? I mean, there was a little bit, I think, argument that Warcraft at least did well overseas, but some people still didn't consider it.
Well, I mean, people can go back and check our previous episodes.
That's true. It is on the channel.
But just in general, I think what we kind of laid out was there has been some level of success with these, but generally not. And more often than not.
And we were specifically talking about movies, I think, if I remember. Because I don't know if we talk too much about TV series. I would think TV series gives you more room to actually draw it out and do something with it. I haven't even seen the movie. You have. What did you think of the movie?
It was a waste of Michael Fassbender's talents.
Really?
I mean,
who saw it coming? Another video game movie that didn't do well.
They did a couple of things that were relatively innovative that I liked, but overall, trying to establish like the Assassin's Creed story the way that they did. And again, they stayed
Remind
true.
us the basic premise.
So the idea is that you have two sects that have been operating forever. You have the Assassins and you have the Templars.
Okay.
And what the main point of the games and in the movie is that you're able to peer into a descendant's memories of his ancestors through a machine called the Animus.
Okay.
So in doing that, you're able to essentially relive what that assassin did, where they went, who they talked to, things like that. And in the movie, what they framed it around is the Templars are trying to find, essentially, it's almost like the human source code, some kind of gene manipulation so that they can, grab control of humanity, more or less.
Okay.
And the Assassins know where this thing is. And so they're trying to find descendants of the Assassins to figure out which ancestor had it, who had it last, and then ultimately where is it hidden so they can get it. And Michael Fassbender, he is the descendant of the last assassin to actually have it. So they find him, they take him to a facility, they put him in the Animus, and then periodically throughout the movie it shows
spoilers.
He jumps back into like medieval Spain, where you're able to kind of see the assassins just being the assassins. They're trying to protect what they call the apple.
So it's basically just kind of peering back through a lineage and being able to see that to use it to your means for whatever it is.
And at least on the one credit that I will give the movie is that the Animus in the game is a chair. So you have a real a current person who's who's going to be using the machine, just sits in the chair. It's almost like the Matrix.
Okay.
But in the movie, I liked how they redesigned the Animus. So rather than just sitting in a chair and going through memories, it's actually a device that kind of hooks around your waist, and you're actually able to physically move the same way that your ancestor was in his environment. So you actually see Fassbender fighting off Templar agents.
Mm-hmm. Doing the acrobatic stuff.
Yeah, all the acrobatic. And you're able to kind of superimpose him. Like when you see the assassin sliding off of a roof, you actually see Fassbender in the air sliding down in a similar fashion with almost like a backsplash of where he's at, relatively speaking. And that I thought was actually interesting. Mm-hmm. But again, the fact that they didn't draw the story significantly enough because they had to split it into two pieces. They had to see Fassbender in the here and now, dealing with his issues. And then his ancestor sent like at 3 different stages, just trying to run around, escape the Templars, find the apple, and something like that. So the story doesn't really draw you in as well as like as.
Did you ever play the games?
A little bit, yeah.
Were they like?
Good? The
story
game,
and everything?
yeah. Story was good. The gameplay was incredible. And I think they tried to recapture that a little bit of that too, because the big kicker for this series, it's acrobatics. I mean the way that this.
That's all I know of it. Yeah. Is seeing the commercials where you're just flipping around. I thought that's all it was. Hey, you're like a kick-ass ninja type guy, but it's old school back in the day. That's what makes it cool. I thought that's all there was to it. So that's kind of interesting. There's a deeper story behind it.
Yeah, but to have all of that and then just trying to capture it into like an hour and a half, 2 hour movie,
right?
it didn't really pan out that well as far as engaging the viewer, and that's kind of why I'm like, I honestly I would not recommend watching it.
Not good.
No, but yeah, to kind of your point, if you were able to expand it into a series, this kind of IP really would lend itself to that kind of format, because you could have an episode where you have
based on what you're saying,
yeah,
it sounds like it could be
the
interesting.
current day guy trying to come to grips maybe with his with whatever's happening around him. End of the episode, put him in the Animus, so the next one starts off when it's the ancestor. Let that play out for a full episode. It's almost a nice way to block the segments off in meaningful ways, so that you're not doing, even though you're jumping back and forth, the episode nature of a series lends itself to that. So I would love to see them try to do a series with this.
You got me definitely more intrigued than when I saw this. All I thought about is a game I never got into and a movie that I knew that you weren't that big on. Matt, have you ever watched the movie or played any of these games?
I haven't watched the movie. I've played the games a little bit, and the games are really innovative.
How many are there?
3 or 4.
Really? And so like when you're playing the sequels, is it like, again, you're the descendant of the people you've played before? Like, how does that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're just in a different timeline for some of them.
So you're still going. Yeah, you're still peering back into an ancestor, but a different one. Like the first one.
So it's not like reincarnation. It's just you can see through the descendants' memories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So think of like memories passed through DNA. And this is just a way. The Animus is a way to tap into.
In the game, you're executing the tasks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not like you just sit there and watch the whole time.
Yeah. It already is a movie.
This game is awesome. I finished it a couple hours. It's easy. I think I'm going to speed run it. Get it on game.
It's always 127 minutes.
See how many hits
Speed
I can get on
others.
YouTube off of this stuff too. Would you like to see this as a TV show?
I think it does lend itself better to a TV show. And I'm wondering if they're going to do the TV show in lieu of the movies, because they had 2 more movies planned.
Oh, even after the
because the first one, the movie bombed.
Well,
didn't it?
I bombed. I think they got. I think it was like 125 per budget, and then 240 is what they got back. So, but again, it was a failure. It's still regarded as a failure.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a flop.
Yeah, but it was not. It did not do well, especially given what they put into it.
But before they even released it, they were talking about doing the second and third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not do well at all. Where's the budget? Okay, budget of $125 million. Domestic gross $54 million. Foreign it did 185. So it did way better foreign than it did here in the U.S. But so it made about $240 million off of a $125 million budget. That's not bad, but that's definitely not what
$125 million
that's not
budget.
What you want out of a $125 million movie that you're going to put up there. You are hoping for like a 4x plus return too. Yeah. So that's interesting. I was trying to think about this when this came up. Again, like I said, I didn't have any real positive thoughts for this because I not familiar with the game and the movie, and you just didn't have a positive perception of the movie. But from what you told me, that does sound really interesting. I actually would like to see this in a TV show, and I was starting to think about what other video games are there. I know we've already done an entire topic on poor movie adaptations from games. How have TV shows fared in this realm? Because the only things that I can think about that spring into mind are like cartoons from video games that we played before: Super Mario Brothers, Mega Man, Sonic the Hedgehog. Can you guys think of any other TV shows that have gone? Video games that have gone to TV show?
Live action or just in general?
Anything.
Oh,
I mean, I guess. Are there any live action?
Castlevania is going to.
That's going to be animated, but yeah, that's going to be. It's going to be dark anime too, like rated R.
The way it should be.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that.
I can't think of any others.
There was the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
God.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But that's not what I'm
people
talking
who
about.
made a cartoon for a game they'd never seen.
Yeah, and that's not trying to adapt it. That was just putting a little comedy scene in front of a cartoon.
Oh. I guess ask the viewers. Does anybody know of any comic book or any
I can think of
video
lots
game
of
adaptations?
Captain and the Game Master, still fucking awesome.
I think Mega Man had another series.
Mega Man had its own cartoon anime series. I
think Street Fighter had a.
Yep. Street Fighter had multiple TV shows.
Yeah.
And a good animated movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Those were really all anime.
Yeah.
more than cartoons, which awesome. Legend of Zelda was a cartoon.
Mm-hmm. They also had the Street Fighter. Oh, this was kind of like a conversion. They did like a series of kind of shorts, and then they condensed them all into, I think it was almost like a 3-hour movie.
Mortal Kombat did a web series that was actually pretty good. Not the movies, but like something new. That was actually really good. That was a lot more gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're going to just sit here and ponder for.
Well, I mean, in that same breath, what if we can just come up with maybe one or two video games that would make good
a decent
TV series, like Boy and His Blob?
Yeah. Who would not watch that?
I don't want them to make Uncharted into a movie, even though it sounds like they're going to do it, because I think the experience that's so epic works there. But I wouldn't mind seeing a longevity of new adventures with those same characters. I wouldn't mind seeing an Uncharted TV show that was episodic.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool. I was actually thinking about this the other day when we talked about how people remember that, what was it, Choose Your Own Adventure thing that we talked about with Netflix, how that was kind of a dumb idea because it's basically just a few linear choices that maybe you're changing the order of, but it's basically linear with a couple options. Full interactivity, if you want that, go play the game. Perfect example when we were talking about before was Horizon Zero Dawn, and I thought that the story in that, especially when it's so revelatory about what happens, God, I love those aspects. Very great ending. Sets it up for a sequel and everything. I'm super pumped for that. I'm not going to spoil anything, but all I kept thinking about is don't turn this into a movie. Like this is a game, not just about a game that's way deeper than I thought it was going to be with the story. I'm like, yeah, okay, robots, society ended. We'll find out how the robots came to power. It's a lot deeper than that. There was turns that I was not expecting that I absolutely love how much thought that they put into this. You could tell they've been working on it for a while. But I loved it, and I didn't want this to be condensed into a movie. You technically could. I would not mind a TV series, though, where you can draw it out longer. Something like on the realm of shortening Game of Thrones from the books into a few movies would suck. And George R. R. Martin knows that. That's why he never did it. Doing it as a 73-hour movie, awesome. I don't think you could do that based on the existing story we already have from Horizon, but how they've clearly set up for being able to do other things. I'd love to see an ongoing series with that. And, I'd love to see it on HBO. That's something I'd love to see. Here's some. Well, I guess if you count the Telltale games, although that's the other way. That's going from TV show to video game. Here we go. List of television programs based on video games. Yes, I am sure some of you are going to comment. We could have just Googled this in the 10 minutes we've been just trying to think about this ourselves. We're not that smart. Let's see. I already talked about those. Angry Birds tunes. Okay. There's been apparently Bomberman stuff. Bunch of stuff I don't know what it is. Something based on Dragon Quest called Dai no Daiboken. That's got to be Japanese. Darkstalkers. You guys know Darkstalkers?
It was
is that the fighting game from Capcom that was anime like werewolves and stuff? Devil May Cry.
Oh, yeah.
Did that turn into it? That's probably just another cartoon, I'm assuming, right?
I think it might have been a cartoon or CGI, I think.
Yep. Double Dragon. Well, that's movies. Unless it had a TV show. It must have, because there's a list of TV shows. Dragon's Lair did. I remember that as a kid on the USA Network. Of course, that was another cartoon. Earthworm Jim, another cartoon. Fatal Fury. F-Zero, GP Legend. My God, there's a lot of these.
A lot of these didn't make it past
all
episode
animated.
2.
It looks like a lot of them were animated and probably animes in Japan.
Yeah.
Mega Man. Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. Pac-Man. Remember the Pac-Man cartoon in the 80s?
Yeah.
What was that theme
Man
song?
Bear.
Da-da-da-da-da. And then you hear like the Pac-Man.
Yobby, 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 yobby.
Please subscribe.
Yeah.
This is thrilling.
Yeah.
We'll probably put the list away.
You know what? Probably one of the most successful franchise of all time. It is a cartoon, but Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're talking about making a live action movie for that.
Yeah, it's
now.
called
Are
Pokemon.
they?
It's called Pokemon Go.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic X, a bunch of Street Fighter stuff, Super Mario World, Tales of Eternia, Fantasia, Symphosia, The Abyss, all animated. So it looks like for the most part that I can recognize. Oh, live action programs. Much shorter list. Here's the list, ladies and gentlemen,
Who you've been waiting for.
after a whole bunch of...
If you're still with us,
Yeah. So hopefully you just knew to fast forward to this point somehow miraculously. List of live action programs from video games. Defiance. Don't know what that is. Dragon Age Redemption. Is that like what? Isn't Skyrim a Dragon Age?
No,
it's
it's
not?
different. No, it's different.
Okay.
This is, Dragon Age is BioWare.
Fallout Nuka Break.
Really?
Maniac
Oh, okay.
Mansion. Oh my God, I forgot about that. That was a short-lived. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a short-lived series. They even did an interview in the back of one of those Nintendo Powers back in the 90s. God, I even remember watching that show.
Yeah.
That was very different from the game. Very different. Even the opening. I remember the opening theme song, and it was very like "Common Maniac Mansion." It was just weird. Couple different Mortal Kombat shows that were live action. Conquest and Legacy. I think that's the web shorts, or at least one of them is. Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Is that live action? That wasn't that CG, or was that live action?
No, it was a live action.
Huh. Okay. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist live action.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
It's
So there was one that
live
wasn't.
action.
So so there's, like I said, it's a long movie because they just
So you got
condensed
like
it.
Ryu and Ken. Real people are playing these
Yeah.
characters.
Actually,
Was it good?
I liked it actually.
Really?
It was a little when you watch it all the way through, you realize they did kind of push everything together because the story kind of goes here and there a little bit at times, but it just kind of chronicles Ken and Ryu back when they're training.
Yeah.
And it just as they're learning, essentially learning how to fight. But the guys
What about like
Hadoukens?
special effects? Say what?
when they're learning their Hadoukens.
yeah, no, I mean they do. A lot of it's that's kind of what it's based around. Like how do they
Right.
they have to learn how to control it, and then
How are the special effects? Are they like,
pretty solid actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. We've already mentioned that.
Hey, paisanos!
I mean, cream of the crop right there. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Yeah, I guess technically. And you don't know Jack.
Game.
Okay, I guess
They made that into an actual live action game.
I'm
or live
assuming.
action.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
it was some kind
TV
of TV show, game show, or internet game show. I'm sure,
Might
but
have been on G4 or something.
Yeah.
yep. But just like I'm trying to remember what the main topic was when we were talking video games to movies, because I think we were talking about one specific that was coming out, weren't we? Was it Assassin's Creed? I don't think it. No, it wasn't.
No,
Assassin's
no, it wasn't
Creed. It was
Assassin's
something else.
No,
Maybe it was. I don't know. Whatever it is.
forever ago.
I think
thought.
it was Assassins.
Was it?
really?
Yeah.
We have.
I think it might be.
We talked about Tomb Raider and a bunch of other ones. You see, I'm going through the cue cards.
Tomb Raider. Oh well, yeah, movies,
Yeah.
TV shows. Well, regardless, maybe we can project that this could be the first video game to live action TV show that becomes a hit. Should we go ahead and throw that out right now so we can all tell everybody in the internet afterwards? Told you so.
We were the first.
Are you willing to
Yeah.
stake your reputation from our 12 average viewers?
Yeah. Oh, I'm all in, baby. This
Okay,
is
You're all in.
Yeah.
Matt,
All right.
which side of this are you on?
I'm going to give it a 100% prune juice score. Straight from Nebraska.
That just brings up a lot more questions. First of all, is
that
100%
good?
prune juice score? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Well, there's a lot of old people here. So I figured I had to do something. Capture the fruit, the state fruit in there.
You heard it here first, folks. Fractured Focus is calling it right now. Best TV show that is apparently not even gone into development yet. We're telling you right now is going to be Assassin's Creed. So mark your DVRs or Netflix. Actually, no, it's going to be on Netflix, so you don't need to mark your DVR. Binge watch the whole thing. Come back and tell us how right we are. And if we're wrong, which we're not going to be, we've already given you a 100% prune juice guarantee.
Yeah. We don't accept your answers as fact.
Quit spreading around your fake news. Okay. Well, cool. You guys got anything else to add in an Assassin's Creed TV show?
bring back Michael Fassbender.
Really? Do you think they should put him in like
do a
sequel
TV
series?
show?
I could see him doing. Well, I mean, he won't. I would love to see him actually retry that role in a more
even if
workable
he
format.
came like to do from time to time. You know, one show that actually I don't know how I can't think of many that have done this. A TV show that has been a sequel of a movie, Limitless.
That was
God, that was awesome. Did you ever see Limitless, the movie and the TV show, or either
I
one?
saw the movie. I love the movie.
TV show was awesome. Alex Kurtzman and Bob Orkai, if that's how you say it, the writers that wrote Fringe, they wrote the first two Transformers movie. Well, technically not the second because of the writer's strike, but they did an outline. They did. I mean, they're awesome writers, and Fringe is one of my favorite sci-fi TV shows. Do you ever watch Fringe?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
They're awesome. They Oh yeah, but they wrote the TV show for Limitless in conjunction with Bradley Cooper, the main, actor from the movie, and it's a continuation after that movie when he's running for office and all this stuff. And he's not the main character; he pops in from time to time. But I loved it. I thought it was so smart, and the way that they bring up questions like you never really thought to ask. Like, how are they going to continue this? And they did it awesome. I was so sad that didn't get renewed, and I was really close to. I think that I don't know if it was an expensive show to do. It didn't seem like it would be that bad, but it got cut after one season, and I was pissed because that was an awesome, awesome show. But if by chance they were able to use somewhat of a similar formula and have Michael Fassbender pop in from time to time, I guess the big question here is Limitless was a great movie. I don't know how much money it made, but I know that Bradley Cooper was proud of it because he wanted to continue along into the TV series. Based on what you're telling me from the movie of Assassin's Creed, would Michael Fassbender even want to reprise this role?
No. Oh God, no! This is just a wish list,
right? So it's probably going to be just its own thing, and probably, if you want to call it a reboot, different format, whatever it is. But doesn't matter. You heard it here first, folks. Fractured Focus, 100% prune juice guarantee.
Seal of approval.
We are going to make that a regular thing here on the show now, by the way. This is going to be cool because we're going to be looking back years into the future saying, remember when we first started the 100% prune juice guarantee? Where did that come from? Tonight.
Right here. Yeah.
Yep.
And we can just tag it as we're making things easy.
And then we cut right to the sound of a toilet flushing.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Fractured Focus, episode number 18, Prune Juice Edition, the show we obsess about everything from geek culture to nerd news, along with random topics for discussion. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share with your friends as we post a topic of the show each day of the week, Monday through Thursday, and attempt to entertain you with our semi-witty banter and our incessant rambling. And now, with Prune Juice. I don't know if we can end on a higher note than that. I'm so excited. I'm thinking graphics. I got all these ideas popping into my head. This is how twisted we are. If you are subscribing to this channel, there's something wrong with you.
There's more to come.
Until next time.